What's up, everyone? Welcome to the October 29th edition of FanDuel Tournament Plays, brought to you by BetMGM. I'm your host, Adam Scherer. You can follow me on Twitter at ShipMyMoney DFS. And we have a 6-game NBA slate to look at tonight. But first, we have the no-brainer bet from BetMGM. All you have to do is click the link in the description below, bet $10 on any pregame money line, and if a player in that game makes a three-pointer, you will get $200 in free bets from BetMGM. It's that easy. This offer is not available for residents of Pennsylvania, New York, Mississippi, or Ontario. But other than that, if you're able to bet on BetMGM, take advantage of this offer. Click the link, bet $10 on a moneyline bet pregame, and get $200 as long as someone in that game makes a three-pointer, which has happened in every NBA game in my life, I believe. So very, very likely to happen again today in whatever game you happen to bet on. Now, looking at the top 5 tournament options on FanDuel using the Boom Bust tool on the Stokastic.com website. Number 5, Kelly Olynyk, 16% projected ownership, 22% chance of being in the optimal lineup. Olynyk has power forward and center eligibility at $5,700. So far this year, he has averaged just 0.89 FanDuel points per minute, but he was over a fantasy point per minute guy in the past with the Rockets, and he does still have plenty of opportunities with this team. So far this year, he has a 20.5% usage rate and a 19.3% assist percentage. We did also just get word that Mike Conley is not going to play tonight, so we could see Olynyk take on a bigger playmaking role and see an increase in that assist percentage as well. Number 4, Luka Doncic, projected for 24% ownership with a 24% chance of being in the optimal lineup. Doncic is $11,600 with point guard and shooting guard eligibility. So far this year, he has been a fantasy monster, averaging 1.83 FanDuel points per minute with a 42.6% usage rate, a 51.4% assist percentage, and a 16.6% rebounding percentage. Those numbers are likely to come down a little bit as we go forward just because they are as high as we've seen from anybody pretty much ever. But Doncic is still one of the best fantasy producers on a point per minute basis, and he's likely to give you around 35 minutes tonight against OKC. Number 3, Isaiah Jackson, $4,600 with power forward eligibility. Jackson is projected for 20% ownership with a 36% chance of being in the optimal lineup. Miles Turner is resting today for the Pacers, so it's likely that we get Jackson in the starting lineup. He's averaged about 1.15 fantasy points per minute going back to the start of last year, 1.1 FanDuel points per minute in the 4 games he's played without Turner so far this year. His playing time is volatile, even if he starts, because he does foul quite a bit, can easily get in foul trouble. And then also we know the Pacers have a tendency to just jerk around their rotations and not do what we would really like them to. But Jackson is cheap enough and low enough owned right now that he looks like a very good tournament option, even with those risks. Number 2, Desmond Bane, 31% projected ownership at $7,600 with shooting guard and small forward eligibility. Bane has a 40% chance of being in the optimal lineup. John Morant is doubtful tonight for the Grizzlies. Jaren Jackson Jr. is still out. In the minutes that Bane has played without either of them on the floor since the start of last season, he's averaged 1.15 FanDuel points per minute with a 27.6% usage rate and a 19.9% assist percentage. And number 1, sticking with the Grizzlies, the most popular play on the slate, as he should be, Tyus Jones pulling 68% ownership with a 69% chance of being in the optimal lineup. Jones is $4,500 and point guard only on FanDuel. He's averaged 0.97 FanDuel points per minute with a 22.2% usage rate and 27.9% assist percentage going back to the start of last season when he has played without Morant or Jackson on the floor. And in 23 starts last year without Morant, Jones averaged 30.3 minutes per game. So to recap, the top 5 tournament options: number 5, Kelly Olynyk; number 4, Luka Doncic; number 3, Isaiah Jackson; number 2, Desmond Bane; and number 1, Tyus Jones.